So let's talk about this CRT that's sitting here. For those that don't recall, I showed this off in a previous pickups video, August, September, I don't remember exactly when. It was a curbside pickup. Someone was throwing it out. They posted on the city's community page and basically said, hey, first come, first serve if anyone wants it, otherwise it's going in the trash. So I picked it up. Unfortunately, it didn't have the remote, and as you can see, the channel down button is broken. I'm hoping it's inside. We'll see. We do know it works because I did test it out during that pickups video, and I've used it kind of on and off here and there to test some other things out. So I'm going to give it a good cleaning and open it up to see if there's anything broken inside, any leaky capacitors, things like that. And we'll go from there. So do a quick cleaning montage, and from there we'll open it up and take a look inside. So it's not going to be anything too special, just some Windex and a microfiber cloth. So after an initial cleaning, it looks a lot better. The screen is actually in really good shape. I thought there might have been some scratches on there, but it's fine. So there are some paint specks on the back and on the side, a couple of scratches here and there, and I definitely can't easily clean the buttons with just a cloth, so I'm going to take a toothbrush and go through some of the grooves, the vents, and things like that. For now, I mean, at least I can see that, there's nothing wrong with the actual tube itself, which is good. What we're going to do next is open it up, take a look inside. It hasn't been on in a while, so I'm not worried about any residual electricity in there, although I will still be cautious. Whenever you open up a CRT, it is very dangerous. Do not do this at home unless you know what you're doing and you have the right equipment for it. So let's go ahead and open it up though. So I'm going to rest it in this towel so that I don't scratch the screen any. Let's see, how many screws do we have? 2 on the bottom, maybe one missing. Not sure if anyone was in here. 2 up here, 1 on the side here. So you can get a better idea. Yeah, there's 1 here, 1 inside that little hole there, and then 2 in the handles. I don't see any others, so it shouldn't be too difficult to open up, I'm hoping. Of course, I may have just cursed myself, so. All right, let's see. Should just lift up. Fortunately, the cord should just come right out without too much effort, since the opening is large enough. Definitely dusty inside, but it's not as bad as I thought. Give it a much better cleaning, and I'll be able to tackle some of the paint stains and all of that. Then we'll take a look here at the insides. Again, a little bit of dust, nothing crazy. Got some potentiometers here, focus and screen. This also has obviously a VCR in there. I don't know if it works or not. I can say that the belts seem to be in good shape, so at least this one is. So looking at the capacitors, I don't see any signs of leakage, but I got to take a closer look, probably off camera because it'll be in the way. So that's a little better. It's been a little bit more stable without that blanket in the way, especially since I don't have to worry about protecting the screen right now, short of me knocking it over the edge, and in that case. But I'm looking at the capacitors, and I just don't see anything that really sticks out. Fuse obviously is in good shape since the TV does turn on. There is this random connector here. I'm not sure what it's for. Maybe it's for rear AV out jacks. All of the AV jacks are in the front of the television, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view. And I guess their thinking is, well, it's got the built-in VCR, so what else are you going to hook up to this? A game system? Obviously, that's what I want to use it for. I'd rather not have the cables protruding from the front, but in this case, there's not much I can do. One thing I may decide to do in the future is to reroute the AV jacks and put them in the back. I'm not sure if I'll just hook up like some wiring and then use some jacks in the back so they're both active, or completely remove the ones in the front and just, rely on the rear connection. We'll see. So I'm not sure how much of the circuitry on here is for the TV and how much is for the VCR. There's let me see if I can pan up. There is this little daughter board up here. I'm 99% sure this is just the analog board for the CRT itself, since that's where everything is, but it's always a possibility that it's for other functions too, but I'm pretty sure it's just the analog board. Let's go back down here. So yeah, so I don't see anything out of the ordinary other than a little bit of dirt and a couple of cobwebs. This looks like it's in good shape. The TV, well, it's got the one speaker here. It does not have any mounts or anything on the other side, so this wasn't like a universal design that they went with and they just decided to put one speaker in here. This is specifically molded for one speaker, and that's it. And the AV inputs in the front only support mono audio. There might be a way to do stereo input. If not, I'll have to use a Y adapter. Not too big of a deal. But all in all, it's not bad. Like I said, a little bit of dust. I'll just blow it out or something. Clean the back half of the shell a little bit more thoroughly and put this back together, and we'll give it a good testing with some retro consoles. All right, so I'm not sure how well it's coming across on camera, but I got it as clean as I could without taking the entire thing apart. I did notice that the control board here is really not attached to anything. I really think that everything is just held together with the front and the back half of the shell, minus the tube being secured to the front half. And this is just clipped on, and I don't want to risk unclipping it because I may break something. So, but yeah, as far as mods or anything, I'm not going to do anything with it right now. Maybe I'll look at RGB modding this if it's capable of it in the future. Not sure, but it's as clean as I can get it, you know, without, like I said, without disassembling the whole thing. In terms of the back shell, wasn't able to get rid of a lot of the paint. Some of it, yeah, but a lot of it not. And I ended up rubbing a little too hard. You can see some spots there, but it's not as bad as it was. I definitely was able to get a lot more of the dust and grime out of the vents and everything by having this removed. And inside, it is pretty clean as well. There's some nooks and crannies that are really hard to get to, even with like a Q-tip, so I did the best I could. But for now, let's get it back together. One more final cleaning. Turn it on, make sure I didn't break anything, and try out some retro games. All right, and as you can see, it's working, and I'm using the Genesis 2 I repaired recently. Not the greatest picture quality. Again, it was a low-end brand CRT to begin with, and this is an old television as well, so, but I'm happy with it. I forgot how responsive it was to play games on a CRT. It's like instant, and yeah, I've gotten used to playing on LCDs and through emulation and everything, but playing original hardware on a CRT cannot be beat. I'm sorry, it can't. Yeah, so it was a good find, good curbside pickup, that's for sure. If there's any flickering or anything, I apologize. I'm trying to get the camera synced with the refresher to the TV as best as I can, but it's a smartphone camera, so I don't have a whole lot of fine controls. But what do you think of this whole little restoration process? I do have plans to relocate the AV jacks from the front to the back. One is because there's cables sticking out and I don't like it, and two, the jacks in the front are starting to become a little brittle, at least the plastic parts of it are, and I'm concerned that they'll break and won't work anymore, and then I'll have to rely on old crappy RF. So there will be a future follow-up to this, I'm sure, unless I manage to find another TV, in which case this will probably be stored away somewhere as a spare. I'm also going to have another little project related to this and some of my retro consoles. Keep an eye out for that video. Otherwise, what you think of this, if you like it, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, feel free to, but there's never any obligation to do so. I do appreciate it though. And if you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down, but please let me know why in the comments below, so I can try to use that to help the channel going forward. Thanks all, and I'll catch you later.